Only when I promised the YouTube internet that you would never ever see this car again, she's broke. And she's broken because we fell for the oldest trick in the book. Fake GM parts. $100 fuel pump or $700 fuel pump. Makes a difference on these cars. Let's get it back on the road. All right, oh, man, I almost knocked that over behind me. So, here's the counterfeit. Looks real. Here's the $700 AC Delco Bosch, whatever you want to call it. They look pretty similar. And it will almost trick you side by side. All right, let's take a peek in here. So we've got two lines here. We've got the feed off our regulator. It's right down in there, kind of harder to see. Our low pressure pump is disconnected, and then we have our high pressure at where it's compressed up to, I think it's actually like 2,700. It's insane. I'm gonna leave that connected for now. We don't want to bust that one open there because that's gonna blow up in our face and probably put us in the hospital there. So there's a secret here. She's on. Let's connect to the car. Where are we at? Fuel system, fuel rail pressure, right in there. 0 PSI. So she is safe to bust that out there. So this is where it gets a little funky in here. People think there's a little pin on the back of here, and it's one of those funky GM ones. There we go. Yeah, getting lucky today. What I'm hoping here is this cam. Let's try that now. And we'll know if it pops out instantly what position that intake cam is on. And it's not shoving itself out, which tells me we might be close to 0 or slightly at 0. You know what's crazy is when you buy new pumps, none of them come with bolts. So you have to source them. And this is one of those ones that, typically I say a bolt's a bolt, not on these. Oh, there we go. Well, that came out a lot easier than I wanted. Let's check the blue drawer though, because we do need some stuff for this pump. GM. That bag's empty. Nope. Don't tell me we don't have a gasket now. Uh-oh. What's this? Well, dang. We don't have what we need. All right, so putting the fuel pump in here, it's like playing roulette. It's got to go in one way. It only seats one way, and if you force it in wrong, motor explodes. We've done this twice now, the past couple months, and I'm hoping that the third time is not the one where we actually detonate this motor. But this little guy right here is responsible for a lot of failures on these particular motors here. And a lot of people think they have other little issues going on, but when that cam follower actually busts open, total end of the world. Not always, but it can happen. Really expensive mistake, actually. Let's get the pump in, get her started. I figured out the difference with the counterfeit one versus the real one. This one actually has the locks right there. Fake one did not. She should slide. You can see how simple it is to do it on the same motor inside the GXP Pontiac Solstice. Right up in here, you can see that pump. It's a little more difficult to get to because we got all this plastic and stuff here. Again, same motor, different orientation, but same fuel regulator, same everything, right deep down inside. So if you ever driven one of these, they have like this weird click when they're idling. They it's actually that pump that's engaging, and GM had this weird little fix where the recall was to put essentially a fiberglass mesh cover over that high pressure fuel pump. That mitigated the sound and essentially at the end of the day made everybody happy. But they only last about a year, they disintegrate, and then they fall off. or mice eat them. Give her some juice. Ooh, man, check out those gauges there. All right, where are we looking? Let's connect to the car. Probably help. I'll plug this in. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Look at that. 500. Fired right up. Not too bad. Check for leaks. Don't see anything funky going on down there. You know, that means we got to go for a test drive, right? Overall, about the easiest repair. Let's get out of the neighborhood. I want to get on it because the biggest issue that we had was the fact that when we got on it real hard on the knockoff pump, everything would just go out of whack. We had power, but I felt like we didn't have as much power as we were supposed to have. All right, let's go. Holy crap. Yeah, definitely do notice a power difference. Big time. Yeah, so you can really hear that turbo spin off, spin up with that bypass. These Borgs don't have a true blow off. It's more of regurgitated, recycled air. One thing I do notice, roundabouts. This thing does not like Florida roundabouts. The whole back end will just swing out and it'll spin. Oh man, this thing's scary. All right, we got a little bit of a problem here. I got no gas pedal, which is weird. Let's fire it back up. Very, very weird. Oh, looks like we need to tighten up some screws that are backing out. That was a one-off voltage anomaly there. We're gonna have to pull up the codes and have to find out what that was all about. But overall, I'm pretty happy. Fast, scary fast. All right, well, we made it back to the garage, and while we were down to one project, now we got two projects going on officially. But isn't that wild? Look at that. Counterfeit Bosch AC Delco GM high pressure fuel pump. I thought it was fast. Now it's like deathly terrifying how fast this thing is. But now we got more gremlins to deal with. When I almost thought this project was nearing its end, something else has completely flared up. So I got to get the computer hooked up to it, look at some parameters, all the fun stuff that I know all you guys hate. You're all about the carburetors and distributor cap stuff and all that, but tell you what, this is like a 2009 technological modern marvel at this point. Might as well be a spaceship, right? So we're gonna tear into it, see if we can get what's figured out, and then once we can officially claim this sucker's done, and I can get a nice, beautiful paint job on it, which you see what that's gonna be like. We can jump back over to that. I know it's been a couple years since you guys have actually seen that. I really haven't dug it out, and let's just say the previous owner really hasn't been taking care of that. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Now, if you do want to see the full fuel pump installation for a high pressure fuel pump for a Chevy Cobalt LNF SS, Pontiac Solstice GXP Redline, heck, Saturn Sky, what other did they put? Saturn ION, Sob 93, whatever.
check the members only section. I'll put the link down below for you as well, so you can see exactly how I did all the cam follower stuff. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And if you've been following this project and if you're enjoying the project, hit that thumbs up. If not, thumbs down works out as well. But in the meantime, we're going to be balanced between the Goblin and a 2007 Pontiac Solstice GXP.